The Chicago Bears are once again in line to get the #1 overall pick. So let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL. Here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about the fact that with the Cardinals winning on Sunday, the Panthers are now in sole possession of last place in the entire NFL at a record of 1-8, which means that pick is going to the Chicago Bears. As of right now, obviously, we still have a ways to go in the season, but after 10 weeks, it's getting pretty clear that, hey, there's a very good chance about this happening. We already knew it early on, but hey, it was still early. A lot of football left. And again, still a lot of football left. We got 7 more weeks left. But the Panthers are in sole possession of last place. So it's interesting to look at the standings here, which I will show you guys for the #1 overall pick. You got the Panthers at 1-8, the Giants, the Patriots, and the Cardinals, all 3 at 2 wins. And then we got the Bears at 3-7. And then, funny enough, we got the Packers here. Not sure a lot of Packers fans expected to be here in terms of the race for the #1 overall pick, but that's where they sit at 3-6. So, obviously, the Bears' record is too good to get the #1 pick by themselves. But hey, that's where the trade with the Panthers last offseason was such a brilliant move by Ryan Poles. So, will the Panthers hang on to that last spot? And will the Bears get the #1 overall pick? I think so. Taking a look at the Panthers' remaining schedule here. They have the Cowboys, the Titans, the Bucks, the Saints, the Falcons, Packers, Jags, and the Bucks again. Look, the Cowboys, that's a guaranteed loss for sure. Then we take a look at the other teams here, and maybe you could say the Jags one is definitely a loss. Maybe you could say, hey, the Saints one should be. But honestly, folks, with kind of how things have gone in the NFL, would it really shock you if the Panthers won against Will Levis and the Titans, right? Starting a rookie quarterback. Would it shock you if the Panthers beat the lowly Packers, right? The one time you're going to be rooting for the Packers, right? Would it shock you if they beat one of their division foes in the Bucks or the Saints? It wouldn't shock me because, hey, they beat a pretty good Houston Texans team that just took down the Bengals. Okay, so anything can happen on any given Sunday. I still am not guaranteeing it or think it's a guarantee that we end up with the #1 overall pick. So certainly still a waiting game here, but I think it is more likely than not just because, folks, watching the Panthers on Thursday Night Football against the Bears, it was like, okay, the Bears are a bad football team, but the Panthers are another level of bad. I mean, Bryce Young is terrible. I'm not out on Bryce Young in terms of just, his future. It could still be a good quarterback, but man, he looks very bad right now. Just wobbly passes, no confidence. He's obviously really short, so it's hard for him to get the ball over the top. It's just bad in Carolina. They have no great weapons for him. The receivers are slow. Offensive line is not great. Defense is terrible. It's just an all-around mess. So I do believe the Panthers are the worst team in football, but it's still, to me, not a lock here. Now, taking a look at the other teams, the Giants could be starting Tommy DeVito, who is, to me, one of the worst, if not the worst, quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. We're talking Nathan Peterman level, maybe worse. Okay, so if they're starting Tommy DeVito the rest of the way with Daniel Jones out and Tyrod Taylor down, they could be the worst team in football. They could end up with the #1 overall pick. So it's not a guarantee. As bad as Bryce Young is, he's not worse than Tommy DeVito. The Patriots look like a mess at 2-8 with Mac Jones getting benched weekly, it seems like, okay? And then obviously you got the Cardinals and you got the Bears and you got the Packers. So I don't think any of those teams will. So it'll be, really, to me, it's a 3-team race between the Panthers, the Giants, and the Patriots. Ultimately, I think it's going to come between the Giants and the Panthers. So let's hope, cross our fingers, that it is the Panthers. But let me know what you guys think, man. Bears ended up with the #1 overall pick. Do you think it happens? Do you think it not? Leave a comment down below.